Coach, it's only been a few days of being on Dennis Schröder. Can you speak to his impact as being a big guy around, guy trying to win the game, trying to get through the season?
Yeah, his impact was big last night for sure. He is a very good communicator. He knows how to get guys in the right spots. He is conscious of his teammates, and then he applies a lot of ball pressure on the opposing point guard, which kind of sets up your defense. You know, it establishes the starting point of your defense, and he does all those things. But the communication part was huge. I think everybody saw that, how he's getting guys, pulling them aside or pulling them together. That's big.
Coach, how can you take the momentum that you had last night and bring it over into tonight?
I mean, we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to summon the energy. We played a high energy game last night. We fought our tails off, and we're gonna have to have the same approach to this game that we had to last night's game. And that was my message earlier. Like we were talking about last night, the messaging to the group as far as the approach of last night versus the Utah game. And our approach tonight has to be similar to what it was last night, as far as soon as you walk in the building, thinking about the Clippers and what it's going to take to play well against them.
You got Kevin and Christian tonight?
We won't have Kevin. Most likely we'll have Christian.
Coach, there have been other, quick turnarounds this season. How have you seen your guys adapt on the fly just from in perspective?
It seems like it's been pretty good. It seems like, I don't know what our record in back-to-backs are, but more than the wins and losses, I think we have kind of bounced back from adversity, or like the Utah game where it was just a really bad game, and we came back, and last night the Phoenix game played a lot better. And then so as far as the quick turnaround coming into tonight's game, hopefully the things that we learned last night will carry over to tonight. But you know how the last game before All-Star is. Always can be kind of funky and crazy. And it's very much about the focus of this game, this moment, and making sure that we're concentrated on the right things, which is playing well tonight and then worrying about All-Star break tomorrow.
Coach, my name is Max. I'm working for German Media. Nice to meet you. What was the idea behind trading for Dennis?
There's a lot to it. There was the Tice piece. We had Tice on our team, and he wasn't getting a bunch of minutes. Actually, he was out of the playing group, and we wanted to do well by him because he did well by us as far as being a professional, accepting the role, which was basically no role, and helping these young guys along. But when trade deadline came along, if there was something that made sense, moving him to somewhere where he would be comfortable and something that made sense for us. So that was one part of it. But getting Dennis helps our backup point guard role, helps our organization, helps our the way that we want to play is fast up the floor, and that's what he does. The way that we want to play defensively is put a bunch of ball pressure on the ball handler and make it hard for offenses to get into what they want to do, and he does that as well. The third part is, and the third thing that he brings is a veteran person who's played in a bunch of important games that our young guys can learn from. And he is not afraid to communicate that in good ways. So, it was the Daniel Tice piece, who happens to be they're from like 15 minutes apart and they grew up playing against each other. And then the Schroder piece, which has been very good for us so far.
How long do you anticipate he's going to be in Houston?
I'm thinking about the Clippers.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, I got a question for you, and I apologize if this has been asked. But take me back to give me your mindset of the team that you signed up for a year and a half ago was much different than you constructed. How were you able to adjust mentally? I know that obviously how coaches can go and how situations can change. What was the key for you adjusting from coaching one team to now kind of a rebuilding team that has younger talent versus kind of the veteran talent that you were brought on to have?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it was easy. It was definitely difficult, going from a team that's set up to go deep in the playoffs to a team that's rebuilding. But, the challenges, I mean, you're always going to have a challenge, and the challenge just shifted, and the challenge of, growing these young guys and, the learning and the enjoyment that you get from just the small things sometimes get lost when you're in a situation that, you're going to win 60 games or 50 games easy, where I'm just happy when our guys take the game plan and apply it and get a little bit better. And so the focus is, a little bit different for that coach and someone who loves to coach. Seeing the improvement is like the best thing for me, and watching Jalen Green improve as the season has gone on, and watching the three guys that we have in the Rising Stars game be recognized for that improvement. So yeah, it was difficult, and then we shifted for sure. But the coach in me is like so excited to see the growth of this group, and going through the growing pains is no fun, but seeing what it can be when we get there is going to be amazing.
Stephen, just a quick question on this, how the schedule broke. The Suns played both your team and the Clippers their last two games.
Yeah.
And obviously the Clippers were first. Is there anything that you've gained from watching like your next two opponents like face each other?
Yeah. I mean, it makes it a little easier because you can. It's hard to, especially in a back-to-back, really kind of concentrate on the second team that you're playing, and so it allowed me to watch a few more Clipper games just because I was able to watch the Clippers Suns game and then watch the other one, but. Yeah, it does make it easier to kind of prepare as far as the film, the grunt work, the film, the game planning, the note taking, and all of that is easier for the mind. Not easier for the game, but easier for the mind.
Right. What did you take away at all from just how the Clippers have been playing lately over the last week or so?
I mean, they've been uneven. They've been playing up and down, just like how we have been uneven at times. But they can put a lot of pressure on your defense with their shooting ability, and they have guys who you cannot give open shots to, whether it's Morris or Kennard or Batum, who I coached in Charlotte, and Jackson as well. And making them make plays and making them put the ball on the floor and making it harder on those guys is important for us. And it's very different than our game plan last night. But watching that game definitely helps you prepare for what you're going to see, or what we're going to see tonight.